And a good morning. This is Dr. Levin speaking to you from Vila Moura in Portugal. And today is the day of the supposed, fourth or fifth attempt launch to P2, the power of two. And why am I speaking on this? Well, there is several reasons. You can look up in my channel that I've given a complete display and actually gone into great detail on what exactly I think about the owner of this program. He has a record, and that record is not a clean record. However, that being said, I have hundreds of people asking me, Dr. Levin, can we get your link into P2? Can we join under you? Well, um, it's one of those deals where I cannot predict what will happen. Let me switch for a moment, just 1 second. So it's one of those deals where, what do you do? The concept of his program is not a bad concept. As a matter of fact, he's deducted a lot from my experience because I've shared a lot of the information. I've been online for 20 years, so there isn't too much under the moon that is new to me. And I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I've seen the really ugly. So on occasion, even a person who has non-ethical methods of operating still gathers either copies enough of the good stuff that is out there, or, you never know when somebody has an awake moment. Now, inadequacy of the programmers, good God, you wouldn't have to do 4 or 5 launch attempts if you actually had good programmers. Now, has he finally hired some intelligent programmers? Who knows? We're not going to know until 7 o'clock tonight, which... don't hold your breath, or you may drop dead if you do, because there may be a delay. First a delay of an hour, and then after the delay of an hour, there may be a delay of another hour, and then somewhere in the middle of the night. We've seen it all with xoxo, with friendshiptree. And it's sort of tiring on one hand. On the other hand, does he have a loyal following? Good God, there is guys that describe him as the next half god of the world who will save the world. And that shows there is people that believe whatever they want to believe. And, the reality is that strong conviction is their truth. Now, I do not believe in the integrity of the owner at all, for obvious reason. I burned my fingers now 4 times on him. As a matter of fact, the worst one is that backstabbing he did to his own partner while his partner was suffering from a car accident. And he went in the admin panel and squished his wife in the place of his partner, which is bullshit. Yeah, you don't do that kind of stuff. But okay, and that is not just making a mistake, that's knowingly stealing or attempting to steal. So that is the past. Now we're the present to indicate what finally allows me to make a decision. And I'll share my decision in just a second. A friend of mine actually worked for Mother Teresa. And a particular day, he had come to know her and she had come to know him. And so he said, Mother, there is something I've been wanting to ask you, but I'm kind of afraid, or I'm hesitant, I'm not sure, I don't want to upset you. And she said, ask away, my son. And so he said, well, Mother, I've heard that at one point you've actually accepted money from the mafia. Is there any truth to that? And Mother Teresa got a big, big smile on her face, and she said, listen, my son, I'll accept the money from the devil any day to do God's work. So, what's the moral of the story? Is that even if power of two is run by a crook, and you know my opinion. His programmers may have done a good job. Some of the people that have supported him may have done a good job. For sure, they've made enough noise about it, haven't they? I mean, but then we've seen that before. Lionshare made all this noise, and look at where they're at today. If it's run by crooks, it eventually nosedives. I don't know if power to two, or power of two, I guess it's pronounced, is going to be something or not. However, based on what I just shared of Mother Teresa, yes, I will provide my link, and this is to my loyal followers. Now, am I trying to sell you to go onto this ride? Not at all. As a matter of fact, I'm probably the only one who's got the balls to dare to say, be careful. You know, who's had the courage to put caution marks up there. There is these people who seem to be high on I think it's more the money greed, or they're simply naive and ignorant, and they believe he's the holy Messiah. He is not, okay? And I'm not going to pretend that I am. No human being should pretend to be that. And I guess Mother Teresa was quite honest that she said, hey, money is money is money. Now, if this was money for some child trafficking program or some pedophile program or some child torturer business, I wouldn't want any part of it. It's not that. As a matter of fact, most of the money that will flow is actually going to be money of good families, good people. And when I have opened up my mouth on the facts and the reality about the owner of Power of Two, I'm not saying anything about these good families. Yeah, and I'm not saying it is stupid to be part of that program. As a matter of fact, if that program permits you to bring a money flow into your life, God bless you. Yeah, so am I blessing the owner? No, he will get what he deserves, and he will get what is coming his way. You know, the universe keeps track, and the universe looks in places beyond the blah, blah, blah words. The universe keeps, you know, I've heard this analogy that there is a universal bank, and if you deposit shit into that bank, at some point you're going to get shit back, and so it is. Other people call it karma, other people call it Mother Nature is catching up or cleaning house, call it whatever you want to. My link will be there. Yeah, it'll be an early link. It always is an early link. I mean, I'll probably have about easily 50 people pitching the program to me. So my link will be there, and it will be there. And I guess that shows perhaps another facet to me. For anybody who's who thinks they have figured me out, good luck. I'm however you want to consider me, but I consider myself as a diamond with many facets. And if you think you have seen all the facets, there is still a bunch you haven't seen. Hey, I'm still discovering myself. So why would anybody be so stupid or naive to pretend they know me? And who knows, maybe I'm going to discover today a facet about not only Power of Two, but because Power of Two will be decided by the marketplace. And if the marketplace is in full support of it, there's going to be quite a wave and quite a money flow, and you would be silly not to grab your portion of it. But at the same time, it ultimately is your choice. So if you know you're going in with a risk, okay, that is very different. If you know you're not going to risk your family's roof over your head or the food on the table, good. Now you actually invest with an amount that you're comfortable with. So who knows, maybe with good market support, maybe if his programmers finally will be able to launch on time, and let's hope that they've had the wisdom to finally connect dedicated servers in the redundancy so that they can handle, I mean, this excuse of, oh, well, we have a lot of people, so therefore, sorry that you can't reach the server. That's becoming so old. It's amateurs, pure amateur shit. you know, if they pretend to know the business, they should prepare with good programmers, with appropriate servers. A good server farm will offer servers, redundancy in servers is where servers are connected, and it makes no difference how high the peak or the spike is in growth, they can handle it. Amateurs are sitting there on a shared server, and then of course everybody is stomping at the door and isn't able to get in. Will be witness tonight. We've seen several failed attempts of this program now, and maybe tonight, they've taken enough time, haven't they? Maybe tonight we'll see a good thing. And I will say this, I'll be the first one to salute the program if the program works, regardless of who's behind it. Yeah, because when we fly in an airplane with a particular airline company, we don't know who owns that particular airplane. It's probably an investment firm. We don't really know who the pilot is, whether he's doing drugs or not, whether he's beating his children or not, whether he's stealing money from other people or not. We don't know that, and the reality is in most cases we don't care. As long as the airplane takes us not and flies into the Twin Towers, that is sad. Unfortunately, even the pilots there didn't know. But if the airplane gets us from point A to point B, you know my position, those that have followed me. To me, all these programs are just taxis. They are supposed to get us from point A to point B. Point A where we're at, point B where we want to go. And if a taxi is doing that, you know what? It doesn't make any difference what brand of taxi it is, who made that taxi, who owns that taxi. That all kind of becomes like music in the elevator, the background music in an elevator. It becomes unimportant. When we push the button and we get to the floor we want to, that's all we want to. And if a taxi stops, is this taxi likely to stop? I don't know. I can't predict the future. I actually, people think I wish bad on that program, and I don't. I wish well on any program. I wish well on all the families that are injecting hope. I know that a lot of families are going to be injecting money into this. So I wish well upon them. And let's hope, for God's sake, let's hope that it actually does work out. I'm never wearing the company hat, and I do. People say, oh, he pitches all these different programs. Of course I do. I mean, what do you want me to say? Let's put all your eggs in one basket? You think that would be good financial advice? Of course not. You need to spread and leverage your investments and your risk. So, completion, yes, in my channel. Keep your eyes on my channel. I'm going to switch back for a moment so you see the channel I'm talking about and the link. I'll make sure that the link is associated with this video. I will have an early link, and by the way, you may have read or may have heard that you cannot just do the passive part of the program. You have to purchase the slots as you wish on both sides, the active side and the passive side. That's actually not a bad decision. And if that took them a little longer to program, I hope there is no more bugs. And I hope to God there is no more delays, because these delays are ridiculous. They've either done the testing and the programmers are good and they know the program will function, or they're gonna do this deal again of, oh, whoops, and after 3 or 4 or 5 hours of dragging it out, then it's gonna be, well, we'll let you know over the next few days when we're gonna relaunch. I wonder how many more times they can do that with a bunch of people. In that regards, you know I'm in on passive. I have close to 2,000 people, paid founders in my team in on passive. On passive will be the blockbuster program, not only of 2020, it'll be for the next 5 years. It will be the big mama. It'll become the Google or the Facebook or the YouTube of the money-making programs, of the online marketing programs. But at the same time, look, 2 years we've been waiting. So I guess here, maybe one is attempting to come to market as quick as possible and then finds out he isn't ready, and the other one is taking his time. So we're not living in a perfect world. We kind of have to operate with the tools that are there. So today, if you want to play, and if you're willing to take a risk, and you've got some Tron to do that with, make sure you have your Tron ready. Make sure you have your Tron link or your Tron wallet ready. And then let's play. And if you don't want to play, don't play. I am never here to sell you on a program. I'm only here to provide you with solutions along with my blunt opinion. Some people hate that blunt opinion. Use the delete button and don't follow me. I mean, why, if you hate me, would you follow me? Unless that is entertainment for you, but I'm a fairly piss poor entertainer. If, on the other hand, you feel you're getting straight, clear water with me, you get it as I see it, you get it as I feel it, you know what? I'll say this. I hope that I'm wrong in everything I've said so far about Power of Two, especially about the owner. I actually hope this will be a glorious day for Power to Two, but much more important, and that's the only part I care about, for all the families who will be investing in it. Voila. Is that straight enough? Enjoy, and if you've got questions, send them to me privately, and I'll you see often when people send me a question, I post it then for the group to read, but at the same time, I hope I've been clear on the matter here, and I hope you will make a wise decision. God bless you. Good health, good wealth.